Welcome everyone to the Side Draft Podcast, and the Xfinity Series has officially begun with Daytona. First race is over. Michael Annett gets the win in the end. First career win. Really awesome for him.
Mm-hmm. Congratulations to Jr Motorsports.
Yeah, kicking off the same way they did last year. Not necessarily that close of a finish, but 1-2 finish for Jr Motorsports.
It's been a while since I've seen the number one car in victory lane.
I believe it's been since 2016, so it's been quite a while, but yeah, we're here to review the race. So beginning of the day, Tyler Reddick, who has changed to RCR from Jr Motorsports, he is the pole sitter, and that would be the 5th straight pole for RCR at Daytona.
It's really unfortunate he had a cut tire and he still cut the pole.
Yeah, so he still gets that track position, I believe, for, I'm not sure if it's just the trucks, but I think Xfinity goes for Atlanta or if it's just Daytona. I'm not too sure about that.
Yeah.
But we'll get back to you on that someday, next week, including Tyler Reddick. Some cars would have to go to the back, including Cole Custer for engine change, Jeremy Clements for unapproved adjustments, and Max Tolman for also a tire change, the same as Tyler Reddick.
And how exciting is it for Jeffrey Earnhardt? Earnhart starting on the front row at Daytona is pretty exciting. He got a pretty good ride in the 18 car doing good racing.
So initial start, Earnhardt versus Michael Annett. And Earnhardt would lead quite a few laps in that stage, but the train would leave the station. We would see that freight train, as Joey Logano called it. It would just ride on the top, and
like it just happened all of a sudden. Everybody just, hey, let's go to the top.
Yeah, everybody just cruised on up to the top, and yeah, I guess that's the way the restrictor plate racing has become, because everyone has figured out the car, they figured out the aerodynamics, and they just know it's the faster way around the track. Everyone's gonna, well, not necessarily the faster way, but the cars drive easier. It's not so hard on the tires, and they can just cruise around into the last 10 laps.
Yeah, the handle of the car handles better, I guess, up the top, and once everybody gets up there, it's real hard to pass.
And it's tough to pass anyways, but it's gonna be tougher when your roof hatch is gone.
Yeah.
Or at least in this moment, Brad Keselowski's roof hatch was, just a little broken. Nothing too serious.
Yeah, you notice on the lap one, it's like my roof hatch is coming open. So what we gonna do?
Yeah, he said something about the screw in the hatch. It was something that was you can't really change it, you can't really fix it, and
yeah, these bodies are carbon fiber and it's all molded in together, so they really can't fix what was broken. They tried to patch it up, but
yeah, just one of the only disadvantages to the composite bodies, which I believe Cup is looking to do that in the upcoming years, so we might see more issues with that. Mm-hmm. And it would just be a train for the rest of the stage until Justin Haley would do this awesome move. We saw Joey Logano do a similar move in the duels. He would just back up on the leader, Jeffrey Earnhardt, and get a great run coming off the final corner, and Justin Haley would win the stage.
Yeah, he had a little help from Ross Chastain, helped him get to the front. So
yeah, great run for Colleague Racing.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the end of stage 1, gets the playoff point, and officially Justin Haley at that moment was the points leader. So now we're doing this new feature to our podcast, sponsor shoutouts. We're going to show how much we appreciate some sponsors within the sport, just giving them some additional promotion.
Yes, because the sport don't run without sponsors, no matter if it's the race or the cars, the teams, and even some of the broadcasting. So today we're going to shout out to Aftershocks headphones. I just heard about these and I checked them out, and it looks pretty cool headphones. You can listen to music, and plus hear the things around you. So they're pretty awesome. This weekend It was Chase Elliott's car of Jr Motorsports. They was sponsoring the 8 car, and tomorrow's race in the Daytona 500, they're going to be sponsoring Bubba Wallace in the 43.
Yeah, pretty awesome paint schemes from both of them there.
Yeah, pretty awesome. I like it.
So hopefully they stay around in the sport for much longer. And
yeah, we'll put up the, you go to their website, or you can see them on Twitter. Yeah, we'll put that up here for you so you can find out where to go to find them.
Yeah, I'll put the link in the description so you all can go to the website and rock some awesome headphones.
Yeah, thank y'all for being in the sport.
And with that, we're going into stage number 2. It looked like Brad Keselowski would fix the roof hatch under that caution for the moment. And then everyone else would pit. Bell would lead off pit road with Jeffrey Earnhardt in second place. And I said this in the previous podcast. It looked like the strategy is going to be key to these races.
And Brad also lost a lap right there too.
Yeah, so unfortunately for him, he's a lot of people see him as the current restrictor plate king after Dale Earnhardt Jr. retired. So it's unfortunate that the king loses the crown for one race.
Yeah, they try to make it a little harder for him to win, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, he can't win if he doesn't have a roof hatch.
We're just gonna see how good he is. Can you win in a convertible?
Yeah, that would be funny. Just a convertible cruises by and he got his hand out the door and just
Hey yo!
And Jeremy Clements, a tough start to his season. He would have to go to the garage.
That's tough.
I'm not sure what they said exactly happened. Just some sort of mechanical issue within the car. So unfortunate for him and that team. Hopefully they can come back in Atlanta and get a good finish. Then on the restart, during that pit stop, we had Noah Gragson for speeding, and Michael Annett would have uncontrolled tires. So right now, Jr Motorsports, a little bit of backpedaling right now, but we'll see how they get back through the field. Then restart would be Bell versus Earnhardt. Earnhardt would clear Bell on lap 38. Austin Cindric would clear Earnhardt for the lead, and he would lead a few laps. Great to see him leading a few. And then Brandon Jones would clear Cindric on lap 40 with the new Supra. Those look pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And Ross Chastain would take the lead with Chase Elliott right behind him. And it looked like Chase just, he did awesome moves out there. Just whatever lane. He tried to get the bottom lane going on the previous stage. But
yeah, I believe he's the one who's really trying to get his bottom line going, but he just needs some help to get it going.
Yeah, maybe it's just a little bit of inexperience with some of the drivers and not knowing what they can and can't do. Not too sure why no one really tried to go to the bottom, but Chase definitely was trying.
He was definitely get A for effort.
Yeah. Chase Elliott is the mover of the race. The train has returned, unfortunately. We got to see some side-by-side racing there.
Yeah, for a little bit. Everybody's on the edge of the seat trying to, hey, we finally get to see a race. All they're back single file.
And with this, it was funny because Adam Alexander would mispronounce Ross Chastain's name and said Ross Trash Train. So, so that was really funny.
He was thinking about the train too.
Yeah. Man, this train is trash. But with that, no one could really do anything. No one really tried to do the Haley move previously in stage 1, but in stage 2, no one really tried to make a move on Chastain, and he would just cruise to a stage 2 win. And then, without caution, would give Brad Keselowski the free pass.
And he got back on the lead lap for a little bit.
A little bit. Just a little bit. The leaders would pit. Brandon Jones would lead off pit road. Chastain, he would just have a tough time on pit road. He'd come out 10th. So I think really Chastain is just going to have to work on his pit road. I'm not sure if it's just the speed going all the way through, if he's being a little cautious there, or something the pit crew's doing. But he's losing a ton of positions on pit road.
Yeah, he's just in that car a limited time this year because he's going to drive the rest of the year in the 4.
Yeah, and those stage points that he got from that stage 2 win, that's going to be big for him in the playoffs if he manages to get his way there, because he's going to be in the 4 car like he was last year for most of the season. So he's going to need
Needs some in playoff.
You know, every chance he gets in the 10 car is going to need to go for the wins.
Mm-hmm.
So Cindric would have to go to the rear for too many crew members over the wall. Seeing that quite a few times in the weekend so far.
Yeah, it happened once in the trucks too. So I don't know if it's just a miscommunication.
Miscommunications.
A miscommunication with the teams in NASCAR when they're allowed to have an extra man over or what it was. So.
And Penske issues again. Brad Keselowski would have a hatch issue again. So
I'm going up the sunroof.
I'm getting hot in here.
Yeah, this time it went plumb off.
Yeah, restart Jones versus Tyler Reddick that time. Reddick would take the lead, while Keselowski would lose his hatch. So it would just fly off, and now he's definitely got a convertible.
Yeah, Brad, he was kind of mad at the point. He just flew his lid.
Don't flip your lid, dude. You know, so while that was happening, Brad's just enjoying some sun, I guess. Yeah. While Brandon Jones would battle for the lead for Reddick, and then would have a caution for Keselowski's hatch. That allowed the team to go get the hatch, because it's not a good idea to go run on the track while cars are there. So yeah, don't do that. Then everyone would would go down pit road. Michael Annett would win the race off pit road. So
wow, this is very crucial at this point.
Yeah, he would never lose the lead after that point. So, like I said, pit strategy is going to be key to these races. So the Cup guys are going to have to look into that for tomorrow's strategy.
Yeah, unfortunately, Brad didn't get the hatch and everything corrected in time, and NASCAR said you're out of town. So.
Yeah, which it wouldn't have been able to have been fixed anyway, but I think it really shouldn't have been on the crash clock because he didn't really crash.
Yeah, it was just a mechanical thing. So, and they couldn't even tape it up because it's a safety issue. You got to have it workable, and that's what kind of sucks about the roof hatch.
Then they would all come down pit road, of course. Golding and Haley would make some contact, so Colleague Racing, that awesome start that they had, has now come back to bite them a little bit.
Yeah, he's just coming out of pits, and I don't know, just close on pit road, and Ryan Siegel just kind of spun around and tore his back bumper up a little bit. And, it's unfortunate for both teams.
Tyler Reddick would have a long stop. I'm not sure if they said what exactly happened, but Reddick was on there for a long time. And then Michael Annett would take the lead, but Gragson would get black flagged because he would not be in line. They wasn't sure where they were supposed to be, and they restarted the race anyway.
Yeah, usually they'll add another caution flag if somebody's not in the right position, but I ain't sure what the deal with this was. They told him to come down, but he's supposed to be on the lower side, but he couldn't get down there in time. So
yeah, maybe that's just a miscommunication on the control tower, or maybe Gragson just didn't get the notification to do that. I'm not sure, but it would be a tough day. It's his first race with this team, so got all season to get better on those types of communication issues. And then luckily for him, the 07 of Ray Black Jr. would crash. Unfortunate for Ray Black Jr. though, so
yeah,
not too bad of a crash, but it would bring out the caution.
It was unfortunate for Ray Black, but it's good for Gragson. So he got back on the lead lap. I believe Jeffrey Earnhardt might. I couldn't tell if he touched him or not, or it could have been the arrow off his car, but just spun him around.
Then on the next restart, it'd be some teammates. Michael Annett versus Justin Allgaier, and the train is back. Yeah, I think that's something you're going to get with teammates. One's going to let the other one go, and then everyone's going to jump to the high line, and you're going to get the train, which, I wouldn't say that it's really, not entertaining to watch, because it is entertaining to see if people can make a move, but most of the time they don't, so it's more frustrating than anything.
Yeah, it'd be kind of aggravating running. I think the last stage is 60 laps.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you just want to drive around and just stay in the same place you at forever, and I don't know. It'd be tough because you try to get a run, but you're afraid to step out because if you step out, you're going to the back. So.
If everyone just had some more communication on the spotter stand, say we're going now, and have like a big line of cars to go, that would work. But every man for himself, and then you get this. So
yeah, we know Chase Elliott was trying. He tried and tried. He tried. Him and John Hunter Nemechek tried to. They was making headway, and then everybody just bails on them. So it's tough. I mean, it's tough to watch that way. I know it's really tough to drive.
It's got to be frustrating. Like
y'all come on, get down here.
I would be screaming in the car. So
I believe Chase Elliott was telling the spotter, get some other people. We're going so we line up and get this bottom line going. And they tried to, and then they said no, nobody's going. And I believe Christopher Bell tried a few times, and then hit Bell.
Yeah, I think Christopher Bell, what he was trying to do is trying to regain his run by going back to the top, trying to charge that run up, and then you go back down to the bottom. But it's just not going to work that way.
No, because they need at least 5-6 cars to get in line down there and actually get enough momentum and speed to make it work.
And then with that, everyone's wondering, when is it going to happen? 10 to go, still a train. 5 to go, still a train. Nothing.
Come on, are we going to do anything?
I mean, some people were trying, but we just need a little more, everyone on the same page.
Yeah. A
little more choreography there. So
yeah,
we'll see.
Want to jet down, and the other person close up the spot, and then that person loses a spot or two. It's just really tough to pass.
Yeah, so the second place guy's thinking, I'm in the right spot. Third place guy's saying I'm in the right spot, and everyone else is saying, well, it's a good points day, so.
Well, we're not wrecking. I guess we'll survive Daytona. So.
Then Cesar Baccarella would, just kiss the wall there, no caution, which it would have been wild if it was.
Yeah.
Because we wouldn't see a train. Well, we might have, but I don't think so.
And one good note, nobody went to the infield care center, so we didn't get any interviews there.
Yeah.
So that's one good note.
Yeah, it's just one of those races that just happens, and you're like, how did we get this far without anyone crashing? Which is, in a way, it's good. No injuries or nothing like that. But I think that's one thing the fans look forward to when we go to these races. They want to see crashes, want to see wild racing, but
they want to see people making moves and moving lanes and all that. That one year at Daytona, at Talladega, it was a caution-free race, and then it was mixing it up some, and that was good racing. We didn't want you to do the freight train. There's no cautions, but how exciting is that?
1 to go, Michael and Annett would lead. We thought, maybe Justin Allgaier would try something, and he did. But, it's a teammate. You don't want to go out there and you both crash. You at least want to say you helped your teammate win if you can't,
Yeah.
So he would try, but nothing would work, and Michael Annett would win his first race.
It was really good for him, and maybe build some confidence, and might be a good year for him this year.
Yeah, he might be a championship favorite if that team works on the things they struggled in at the 1.5 miles. They may be going to Homestead.
Yeah, because it locks him into the playoffs now.
Yeah, so now they can experiment throughout the year. They're already locked in, so they can just make a lot of experiments and see what they can do. But with that is our review of the Xfinity Series race. I know it wasn't too exciting, but it was interesting to see how the strategy would work out.
Yeah, maybe they need to get Amtrak or Union Pacific or Norfolk Southern to sponsor one of these races.
Maybe, but I think maybe it's good that the Xfinity Series wasn't too great. I'm not going to say it was terrible or anything, but the Cup guys can see this, and they'll say, if we don't go, we don't do something, the Great American Race is going to be like this.
Yeah.
So, and maybe they could watch and see why the race was like this.
Well, maybe they watched the truck race the night before. It's like, everybody crashed out except for 9 trucks, and it's like, I don't want to do that. So I don't know if it's kind of had everybody gun shy about making moves or.
So like we saw in the Truck Series race, everyone crashed out, so the last few laps wasn't too great because they couldn't get any momentum going, and this one, no one wanted to go, so they couldn't get any momentum going. So maybe in the Cup race we'll have that right middle ground, and we'll get some momentum going.
Yeah, maybe get some action going on in Daytona 500.
We can only hope. I do hope it's good. It is concerning, but we'll just have to wait and see.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, join us tomorrow for the review of the Great American Race, the Daytona 500. We'll be talking about the 2019 Daytona 500 champion.
Okay. Also, we got to do a shout out for the who found.
Oh yeah, so A Hurst on Twitter found Dale Jr. last time, and if you did not find him, where was he?
He's always hiding in the crowd sometimes.
Oh, there he is, hiding in the crowd, speaking over that guy's shoulder.
He's always photobombing the victory lane.
So if you want to have a shout out for the next episode, just if you can find Dale Jr. in this thumbnail, let us know down below where you found him, and you'll be entered to win a shout out. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you can hear the future race reviews from us, and also click that bell because you could be the first one to find Dale Jr. in the thumbnail. So thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.